Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is Cool Radio live on the airwaves of CFRE 91.9 FM, and we are on the line with our main man from OT to Cap City. He goes by the name of Mace Millie. Now, Mace, man, tell us what the hip-hop scene is like in Ottawa.
You know, man, like over the past couple of years, it's definitely grown a lot. When I first started out here, you know, there wasn't a lot of names, and that's kind of what inspired me to get going a lot, too, on the side. I mean, like, I seen the potential that was out here, and so many people had talent that was unnoticed. And over the past couple of years, man, now you got, like, hundreds of rappers out here, man. But, you know, there's a lot of big names coming out here. I mean, there's big names touring out here. We had Taya out here. Snoop Dogg comes here every year for Blues Fest. I mean, Lil Wayne's been here. Drake. It just keeps growing and gets bigger and bigger and putting more opportunities for the small indie artists to really blow up right now.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And you being an Ottawa native yourself, I mean, what misconceptions do you come across the most when it comes to Ottawa and its music scene?
You know, man, like, I just think we're really unnoticed, man. But, like, as I said, it's growing and growing. But, I mean, I find there's so much talent, but you don't want to be an Ottawa artist, man. You want to get your music out there. So you want to get your fan base out here and then take your music around the world, you know what I mean? A lot of people just keep it local. They just want to be local. They release something, they don't know what to do with it. They put a whole mixtape together. They don't promo their mixtape. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring my music and give it to everybody, to inspire everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I've made my name out here. It's still growing. I got a lot of support out here, and, you know, I thank God for that. But what I'm trying to do right now is get across Canada, man, and I inspire every other rapper. You know, I want everybody to do the same thing because there's mad talent out here that's unnoticed, so.
Rightfully so. Now, I've only been talking to you for about 3 minutes, and you seem to have a strong business acumen when it comes to the music. And my personal opinion is I feel as if, you know, that attribute is lacking, you know, particularly within hip-hop in Canada. So how important do you feel it is to not only be an artist, but to also have a strong business sense as an artist?
You know what I mean? Like, you need a strong business side, man. Like, also, I think, like, you got to be able to network, fam. I mean, Twitter, all the social media, you know what it is. I mean, internet is huge now for artists. That's what you want. You want your name big on the internet. So all I can really say is, like, I encourage every artist to really just get out there, promo your name. Don't be scared to get on interviews. Don't be scared to show the world who you are, you know what I mean? Like, work on Twitter, man. Be up there. Spend endless nights promoting yourself. Get your name out there because you're only as big as you make yourself out to be, right? So you need everybody to be on the same level as you and create a huge fan base. I just want people to like you and want to know what you're doing every day. So that's why I just stay on the move, and I really put my all into this. So I'm hoping it really takes me far.
Absolutely, man. Now, for those of you, for those who haven't heard your music, what can you tell them about Mace Millie?
Mace Millie as an artist, man, you know, I like club bangers, man. I like to set good vibes. I want people jumping around, you know. Yeah. I want you to be with your girlfriend in the club. It's dead, and then you hear a Mace Millie track come on. All of a sudden, you just want to dance. You want to jump around, take some shots with your girl, take some shots with your homie. You know, I just want to turn everything up, man. That's what it is. I like the party, man. I know everybody else likes the party, so that's what I'm here for, man. I'm just setting good vibes. But at the same time, man, I am a deep artist. I'm very versatile, so whatever I put my mind to, I can do. But right now, on this EP that I'm working on, I'm straight focusing on club bangers and just setting good vibes.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Now, a while back, actually, I had another Ottawa artist in here. He goes by the name of Goliath Paul, and I'm sure you know a lot about him, which we'll be talking about later on. Mr. You-Know-Wo, as I like to call him. And basically, you know, he is also of the party variety as well, too, when it comes to, like, his core strength as a musician. Now, my thing is this. You know, I tend to notice that within hip-hop, party music gets clowned on a bit, and that's usually because of the caliber of artists that do party music. But at the same time, a lot of people forget that hip-hop was based on the foundation of the clubs, of, you know, the street parties, the block parties, and what have you. So how important is it to you to have that element of the party scene within hip-hop?
I mean, you know, you got as making party music, you have to know what you're doing. You don't want to just follow every artist, you know what I mean? Like, you want to set your brand. You want to make things that stand out. For example, you want a catchy beat, you know what I mean? Like, you got to come through with some dope lyrics, but you need a dope beat that is going to pull people in and be like, whoa, who the hell is this guy, you know what I mean? Like, Goliath Paul is an artist of his own, man. This guy, like, I have mad love for him, mad respect, you know. He set his own trend. He comes through with the electro pop and the rap at the same time. It's mad cool, man. I actually seen him perform. I performed with him a few nights ago, actually, in Toronto. And, like, he put on a show, man. We all put on a show, but he really stood out, man. He really goes in. So, I mean, if you're trying to make party music, you really got to stand out, man. Like you said, a lot of people clown it. But if you do it the right way, a lot of people will respect it rather than clown it and want to hear more from you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Going back to you and Paul, you guys are actually going on tour together. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we're going on a fall tour, actually. We're going to be going around all of Ontario. You know, it's going to be a big tour. We're starting in about probably third week or maybe at the end of September is when it'll actually start up full time. Right now, we're doing a bit of touring right now. I mean, we did a show in Ottawa, Cat City Showdown, and we went to Toronto. And next Thursday for Frost Week, we're in Montreal, McGill University. So other than that, though, we're going to be starting the tour like full time by the end of September. It's going to really get popping. We're going to be really known by the end of that, man. Like I said, I got mad love for Goliath.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, tell us about your latest single, Put Your Hands Up.
Put Your Hands Up, man. You know, like, that's a club bang, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely,
when I
agree. You had me turning up at midnight last night when I was hearing it. I was like, yo, this guy's nice.
Respect, man. I appreciate that, Jim.
Yeah.
But, like, what I tried to do with that, man, like, when I made that track, I was thinking, like, how the hell can I get everybody in the crowd to really come in with me and put their hands up and actually vibe with me? Not just put your hands up and you're looking at the wall, waving your hand in there and not knowing what you're doing. Like, I really want to pull everybody in, man. So that's why when I did the jump, I was like, let me see you put your hands up. And then as you know, the hook stops and it just goes chomp, 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 and the bass drops. So that's why I really pulled everybody in. I brought it back. I mean, when's the last time you heard an artist really do that in their song? You know what I mean? So I thought that really caused a lot of attention, especially when you're in the club and the bass bang. It automatically pulls you in, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before you go, man, where can the people find you?
Oh, you definitely find me online is my favorite thing, Twitter. You know, Twitter at Mace Millie, MACEMILLY. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Mace Millie, Facebook.com/Mace Millie. I'm all over the internet, man. SoundCloud.com/Mace Millie. You know what it is, man. I'm everywhere. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll definitely follow back. I reach out to all my friends, and I appreciate it. Much love.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Mace, the next time you're in the T-Dot, you need to holler at me so we can have you in the studio live. How about that, man?
Oh, man, I'd love for that, man. I'm actually going to be out there soon, so I'll definitely hit you up, GM, man.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Once again, thank you for calling. I appreciate it, man.
All right, much love, Mr. Saga.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the man, the myth, the legend. He goes by the name of Mace Millie. You can catch him on YouTube, on Twitter, all that good stuff like he just said. And we're about to play one of his tunes right now to lead into the commercial break. So keep it locked. We'll be right back after these messages. And when we do come back, we have the lovely Taya Marquis coming through to the building. And she's going to be talking about her latest single and everything that goes along well with Taya Marquis. So with that being said, here is my man Mace Millie. Put your hands up. Only on Cool Radio. Stay tuned, y'all. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're now tuned to CFRE 91.9 FM. It's your man, DM Cool. You're now tuned into Cool Radio. Now, as promised, I do have our guest in the building tonight. She is just coming through. She dusting her shoulders off and everything, getting fresh for us. And ladies and gentlemen, be kind. It is her first interview on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Miss Taya Marquis. She is in the building right now. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, Cool Radio. It's a pleasure to be here. I am a little nervous. It's my first radio interview, but, Daniel's really cool, and he's making me feel calm.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. It's all about the cool, I want to make you feel calm, easy breezy, and everything like that. Yeah, don't worry.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming through. Your schedule is very packed full, as I can see, but you know what?
I try.
We're finally here.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
On that note, let me ask you this. When did your journey in music begin?
My journey in music, it began when I was 3 years old, when I was in Dubai. I was born in Dubai, and every time my mom brought her guests over, I would run in her room, find her scarf, and then come back out, and I'd jump on the table, and I would perform Bollywood songs for these guests. Okay. And I didn't even know how to speak English at this time. I was just singing in complete songs in Hindi, actually. And I was singing for them, and I always loved to sing ever since I was 3 years old. And then when I came to Canada, when I was 7 years old, I started listening to English artists, American artists like Destiny's Child. Well, that was later on, actually. Spice Girls was first.
Yeah, there you go.
Spice Girls definitely was an influence, and I would listen to them, and I would sing for my parents' guests again, but this time it was "I Will Always Love You," like by Whitney Houston, and "Hero" by Mariah Carey, and I absolutely fell in love with entertaining and performing for people. I loved the emotion, and I loved the passion behind it. I loved the reactions of people. So
yeah, that's perfect. Now you did mention a few artists. You mentioned Whitney Houston. You mentioned Spice Girls. You mentioned a whole bunch. Who would you say you gravitate to the most?
I gravitate to currently at this moment in my life. Currently, I have to say Beyonce.
Beyonce, okay.
I know it's so cliche, but I love her. I love her. But I also love Lana Del Rey. She's amazing. I grew up on a lot of pop. I grew up on Spice Girls, Whitney Houston, like I said, Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Rest in peace to the legend.
Yes. And then later on.
Shimon.
And then later on, I got introduced to Prince.
Okay.
And then I fell in love with Prince.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, everything Prince. Who else? Shania Twain. Actually, my mom loves country music, so I had a heavy country music influence as well.
Yeah. So based on what you've told me just now, like you seem to have a very broad perspective on music. Actually, it's not just one genre; it's multiple ones.
Yes,
so would you say that's helped crafted your sound thus far?
Definitely. I think that creators are definitely. They can't create something that they've never been introduced to, So I think that creators are, whenever their product is always a product of something that they've been they've listened to, and so my product is definitely influenced by a lot of pop music, a lot of even country, a lot of classic rock. I love hard rock. Well, I don't love it, but I respect it.
You enjoy it.
Hard rock, like heavy metal.
Okay.
I love all music, but pop and R&B and hip hop. As of recently, not recently now, but maybe 2 years ago, I was starting to get to know about more hip hop.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect, man. I mean, like. I always say to people that you have to be an all-around artist, you have to accept other genres of music, not just the one that you're comfortable in, so that you get an idea of what type of sounds or melodies to put into your future songs. Actually,
exactly, and you can be inspired and maybe even create a new sound. Because inspiration does crazy things, like being inspired by a jazz musician. If you are like a pop musician,
sure.
You can create something so unique and different.
Absolutely.
Jazz pop, I don't know.
No, I agree completely. I mean, you look at producers within pop and hip hop, especially. They incorporate different sounds and different genres into their production. Thus making it that much more diverse and giving both the listener and the artist, a different ear to what else is out there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, let me ask you this: based on that notion, do you feel like as an artist, have you felt like you've ever had to compromise your artistic integrity and write something that didn't necessarily fit you?
No,
okay.
Never, thank God.
Okay, perfect.
Because firstly, I write all my own stuff. I write my own music, and and I also collaborate with a team of songwriters and producers who are just absolutely amazing. They never, ever worked around me. They always work with me.
You, okay.
So they whenever we sit in the studio, I will spill my heart out, and it'll be like a therapy session, and everything that we create is something that I've said, and it's something that I've expressed. So we've always maybe back in the day, every artist evolves. So maybe back in the day, I wrote a song about booty popping or something. I don't know, and then
we've had those.
And then today I'm like, I don't really want to pop my booty anymore.
Yeah. Not really feeling it anymore.
I'm not feeling it anymore.
You know, my bill for the chiropractor is going up these days. You know,
maybe for my man, but
there you go.
You know, but yeah, you evolve and you write something maybe back in the day, and you're like, oh, I'm so depressed, and I want to write this depressing song, and then later on, you're just like, oh, you know what? I feel better now. Like I feel positive, and I don't feel like I want to kill myself anymore.
It's all about the moment that you're currently in at that time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and I agree with that 100%. Yeah. So you know, based on that, actually, speaking of which, when you're composing a song, when you're writing a song, when you're singing it, when do you feel like you're in your zone in terms of like what brings out, you know, the most emotion out of you when it comes to, let's say, subject matter?
Okay. I'm a big lover. Love, love obviously always brings out a lot from a person, from a woman, even more in detail. Yeah, love, everything about love. I love writing about the sad parts of love, the angry parts of love, the passionate, awesome parts of love. And then, yeah, just anything about love. I love love.
Exactly.
I'm always inspired by love, definitely.
That's what's up. And I feel like that's a universal topic when it comes to just any genre in general. I mean, that's the one thing that everyone can relate to. I don't think it even matters. Well, to a certain extent, it doesn't matter, you know, what age you're at, because if you're talking about love between a man and a woman, then a 10-year-old is not going to relate to that, obviously.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I agree. Yes, love is. But then I also, as a songwriter and as an artist, you also want to write songs like "Put Your Hands Up" or what was the other?
Yeah, "Put Your Hands Up."
Put Your Hands Up
from Mace Millie. Shout out to Mace Millie.
Yes, shout out to him. He seems like a really cool, positive dude. I'd love to meet him.
Yeah.
But you know, party songs like that, as a writer, you gotta be well-rounded.
Exactly. Versatility is key, as I always say. So what would best describe the sound of Taya Marquis?
Ooh, currently the EP that I finished, it's called Woman.
Woman, okay.
It's like all the emotions of a woman in one EP. Lyrically, that's what it is. There's songs on there that talk about insecurities of a woman, the sad, like really, really sad. There's one song on there that's called Love Again, and it's really, really sad. It's making me want to love again. Like, you know, help me love again. The song goes, pick my pieces up and make me love again. Yeah, it's a very...
I wasn't expecting a live show, but I'm digging this, though. I'm not mad.
Oh, my friends always make fun of me because I always, whenever I'm like, guys, what's that song? And then I always have to sing it. Like, they're like, why can't you ever name it? I just can't. I don't do it.
Because that's your style. That's why. That's what you do.
And I'm like, I don't know, because I hear it in my head and it comes out.
Yeah.
And singing. But so there's a lot of emotions on that EP. Lyrically, it's like it talks about sad stuff, like very passionate. Then there's also fun and sexy track on there. There's also angry one. There's one, that one is called Bittersweet, and it's about I'm like, I should know this. It's my own song.
Let's just say that you've written hundreds of songs. You're trying to remember which one from which catalog.
Exactly. Actually, a fun fact: I wrote for Kesha. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The song's called La Discotheque, and when I was in LA, it was a cool session. I got to write for her.
That's sick. Like, did you actually meet her as well too? Like during the process?
We wrote the song together in the studio. Yeah,
that's
she
big.
is crazy. She is as cray as she appears. It's not as publicity stunt or anything.
Yeah, like that's her.
She's awesome though. I love her.
That's what's up. Shouts to Kesha.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. So back to the sound. I know I haven't properly answered it, but okay. Musically, it's oh my God, I'm freezing up here. It's artists always get weirded out when
we ask them that question.
I don't know. I create it. Like,
you
how
just
much
create
people
it.
describe it, but okay. Let me.
Would it be fair to say that there's not necessarily a definition for it? It's just what you see is what you get?
Well, musically, it has a pop R&B base.
Okay.
With hints of acoustic and electronic and trap, even trap sounds actually.
Yeah.
And there's like sweet ballads on there as well, and there's fun songs with a dope beat behind it to make you move.
Exactly.
Right? And it's like, I would say if Lana Del Rey and Dr. Luke and Max Martin sat down in a studio, that I feel like,
Yeah, no, I kind of get the idea of what your sound is like, because to me you sound
just
like
go listen. I can't explain anymore.
It's cool because you sound like a very versatile artist, and I like it. Like, I feel like 1 minute it's like, put a ring on it, and the other minute it's just like Halo.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
That's cool that you got that vibe. That's cool that you say that, because that's so true. As a writer, I have always been a writer first, actually, and 3 years ago, I decided to be an artist. So I definitely am very versatile because of my songwriting background. I had to write for Britney Spears. Well, I actually wrote a song for Britney Spears that was sent to her manager, like Teresa La Barbara White's, and she loved the track. It didn't get on Circus though, but either way, just being versatile as a songwriter has transitioned into being versatile as an artist as well.
Now, let me ask you something, because you are a songwriter, and you started off as a songwriter. Do you feel songwriters get the credit that they deserve?
I don't think a lot of them don't want, credit, yes, they do. They get publishing.
Yeah. Like that I know, like in terms of legalities and everything, of course they do. But I'm just talking about, from like a public perspective.
Oh my gosh. I bet you they probably don't even want it.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, they don't, because actually a few days ago I was thinking, I'm like, do I want to like, I do want to be an artist but I was second guessing it, because I had a moment where I'm like, wow, you're always in the limelight. Your privacy you never have privacy, and that's a big thing. That's how, incidents like Robin Williams and I don't know, like Beyonce and Jay are fighting their marriage. I don't know. I've been hearing things, and it's crazy. You can't even poo like by yourself. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that on the air.
See, the joke was, I'm only turning and shaking my head because I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't actually going to say it. But you know what? It's cool radio. Anything's go around here.
Right, exactly. Like, it's true. But, I think that if see people like Pharrell, Pharrell and Neo, like they probably had a change of heart, and they're like, what, I want to be famous, and then they come out and they be famous. But I bet you a lot of songwriters want to stay hidden because they want their privacy, they want their space.
Yeah, and I can definitely understand it from that perspective as well.
Yeah, too. I've thought about it. I'm like, I just hope this doesn't kick me in the ass later, but I don't think so, because I have a positive vibe on it. I have a positive outlook on everything.
Absolutely. So. You'll do fine. I'm not worried about you even in the slightest.
Oh.
We're going to get into, more of your music and when all that stuff is coming out later on. But before we do that, we like to play games with the guests of the show. We like to.
I love games. I'm
glad you love games, because I do too. All right? We're about to have some fun right now. So the first game I got is called Obsession. All right. So I have a few scenarios listed down here, maybe 5 or 6 or so. And I want you to tell me if you're obsessed with these things or not. A couple of them are obvious. A couple of them may swerve you, but we'll see how we do. All right.
Okay.
So first first topic rather, music. Obsessed or not obsessed?
Oh, I'm completely obsessed, like addicted, like put it in my vein.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Spoken like a true junkie. All right. Drama. Obsessed or not obsessed?
Not lately. No.
Not lately.
When I was younger, maybe a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't like to start it. I didn't like to get into it, but I did like to hear about it because
like,
it's fun, I guess.
But
then lately, I've just been growing up, and I'm like, no, don't. If you have drama, just stay over there, please. Like, yeah, I don't like drama.
Yeah,
no,
to the left.
To the left.
Exactly. This one kind of leads into it, actually. Gossip.
Gossip, negative gossip, no. Positive gossip, sure.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I love it.
All right, double whammy. Reality TV.
I don't watch TV. I know I'm so bad.
I barely watch TV either. I watch like live events, but that's about it.
I don't watch TV. The only time I'll watch TV is Just for Laughs Gags.
Nice.
I love to laugh.
Yeah.
So, and then this new show, How to Deal with It. No, Deal with It.
How to Deal with It. I haven't heard of that one, actually.
Deal with It. Yeah, it's a hilarious show where they play pranks, you know.
Okay.
I love pranks.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And the final one, Success.
Yes. Completely obsessed.
I was thinking to myself, I may have given her a tough one. Like, I thought it was going to be easy. You're just like, I'm like, wow, okay, I may have stumped her.
Yeah, I'm so obsessed with success, but success could be so many different things. Like I think success for me is being the woman I want to be, the woman I am destined to be, and I want to get there. And if that involves, you know, involves whatever it is, I haven't figured it out exactly yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when I get there, that's success. You know, it doesn't always necessarily mean money. It doesn't, because a lot of people have money and they're sad.
They're miserable.
And they're miserable.
Robin Williams, case in point.
I know. I hate bringing him up all the time, but I mean.
But nah, it's key though.
Yeah, I guess we have to at least learn from a negative experience. If it, you know, but obsessed with success, definitely, yes.
All right. I like that answer, actually, because you didn't relate it to money. You just related to you as a person and being in life. I like that. All right. And the second game that we have on deck, this one's always a favorite among our guests. I like to call this one I'd Quit the Game.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
All right. So we're about to get into it right now. I know you like that. So basically, this is how the game goes. You're a bachelorette. You're living the life, you know, you're going your life as you please, you know, you're dating around here and there. But there comes a time when you have to quit the game, so to speak. So you got to, you know, settle down and, you know, spouse it up a little bit, you know. So with that being said, I have two options for you, okay, in terms of male suitors, if you will. If you had to quit the game for one of these two men, who would it be? Would you quit the game for Usher?
Oh, my gosh.
Or Trey Songz?
Oh, geez.
Yup.
Quit the game, like the music game?
No, not the music game.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, hell
no. Not the music game. No. No one's asking you to quit that. Okay. We're talking about like the Bachelor game, you know, like dating around and stuff like that. If you had to settle down, you know, start a family and do your career, which one of those two men would you do it with?
You know what? Trey Songz, because
really,
because my manager is obsessed and she loves Usher, so she would kill me.
Okay, fair enough. Because you know you can't be disrespecting the manager, like, you know, taking her man and everything. You know, you can't be doing that. That's a catchy thing, you know.
Yeah, but no, I love both of them. I respect Usher, but you know he has a lot of baggage.
He
so
does.
I don't know about that.
He does. But then again, Trey Songz is Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Oh man, but hey, you know, I respect your answer, you know, because you don't want to steal your girl's man and anything like that. None of that. So on that note, we're about to go to the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We still have Taya Marquis in the building, and just so you know, we're about to play her latest single right now. It is called Obsession, and I am definitely obsessed with it. So keep it locked. This is Cool Radio, and we'll be right back after these messages. You already know. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're now tuned to CFRE 91.9 FM. It's your man, GM Cool. And now tuned into Cool Radio. We still have Mrs. Obsession herself, Taya Marquis, in the building.
Hey.
There you go. Now, as we always do in the middle of the show, we like to get to the news and notes of all that has happened in the week that we like to call hip-hop, and we are talking about Trip Talk, all right? So that's 3 topics in 3 minutes. We're going to get through as many as we can. So on that note, let us begin, shall we? So the first one I want to get to is Suge Knight, all right? Now, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Suge Knight, a.k.a. the ones who were born after 1994, he was the former manager and label head of Death Row Records, and he had a close association with Tupac Shakur. Now, as you all know, Tupac Shakur was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996, and Suge Knight was in the passenger seat. Oh, no, sorry. He was in the driver's seat while that happened. Now, it would seem that, fate would have a cruel twist about a week ago because it was reported that Suge Knight was shot 6 times at Chris Brown's after party for the VMAs. And so it's a very tough time for those who are involved with Suge Knight and what have you. But a lot of people are saying, he, quote unquote, may have had it coming because a lot of people have suspected that he was responsible for the death of Tupac. That remains to be seen, but hey, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because he did have his ways of persuading people. Taya, what do you think about, this whole situation? Like, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah. I just, I don't know too much about the history of everything.
Yeah.
But, if he is behind Tupac's death, whoa, I'm not going to say that he deserves, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in, you deserve what you get and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like the universe, if you put negativity in the universe, it's going to come back. Like, not come back to you, but you're putting something out.
Yeah.
The universe is very, there's auras and,
a lot just builds into it, basically.
I know, but I hate to say it comes back to you.
Yeah.
It's still negative, and he's getting shot up. That's not something that people should be like. That's right, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel bad. I felt bad for him, but he knows what he knows.
He knows what happens. Yeah,
he knows
exactly
if he deserves it or not. You always know when something happens, bad to you. You always. Nobody else needs to know.
You say to yourself, I had that coming. Yeah. I should have taken the man's girl. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
exactly. I know. So
yeah, fair enough. All right. By the way, I'm going to call this edition of the Trip Talk the shots fired edition because a lot of it has to do with a lot of gunshots. Figuratively and literally, so we'll keep it moving. On that note, young Jeezy, famous rapper from Atlanta, was detained and arrested by police for having a firearms on his tour bus, which was followed by a shooting that took place, which a lot of people are alleging that he was involved with. Taya, my question to you is, and I'm sure you've heard a little stuff within hip hop circles here and there. A lot of rappers like to carry guns with them and stuff like that. They like to have a lot of gun metaphors, but then a lot of them like to translate that into real life situations. Why, in your opinion, do you feel like they need to do that?
Well, who's shooting at them? Are they rappers?
Thank you.
Are they really getting shot at? How many times? I don't know. But if they are getting shot at, then sure, carry your weapons of
somewhat mass destruction.
No, carry backup or whatever you need to do to protect yourself. But I don't know. I have an obsession. Speaking of obsession,
shameless plug. I love it.
No, not even. But I'm obsessed with. Everybody has their obsessions. I'm obsessed with what am I obsessed with?
Chocolate chip cookies. I like those.
Yeah, or dark chocolate. I'm obsessed with dark chocolate.
Hey, that's what's
up. I love how you
sorry, I had to. That shit was fucking on me. I'm just saying.
So, but if they have an obsession with guns, sure, but don't put bullets in them and shoot it. That's not positive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's one of those cruel instances of art imitating life, I would say. But I feel like, when it comes to gun violence in hip hop, I feel like a lot of people take it too seriously. With the rappers, some of the rappers, they like to do it for entertainment purposes, right? Because that's what has people, enticed, ooh,
sure.
he's talking about that
stuff. Part of the culture, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a dark part of the culture, I would say. I think that's the part of the culture that gets the most press, but also gets the most negativity. And with those two combined together, that's a lot of people's general outlook on hip hop, which I hate the most because it's so much more than about, guns and bup, and, look, 2 shots in your head and all that, So that's just my take on it. I was about to give him the Wankster of the week this week, but I have someone in mind that's bigger than that. So I'll spoiler alert, I'll say that much. And final topic of Trip Talk. Matthew Knowles, the father and former manager of Beyonce Knowles, is claiming rather that the incident that happened in the elevator between Jay-Z and Solange was actually nothing more than a publicity stunt. Taya, we were briefly talking about this during the commercial break. Mm-hmm. What's your take on that?
Honestly, I love Beyonce. You know, I love Beyonce. I love Jay-Z. I love everything about them. But sometimes I have a like I'm bipolar about them. I love them as artists, but as their personal life, like I'm definitely bipolar. Like I will wake up one day and be like, yes, everything about them is real.
Yeah.
Everything about them, their baby, everything is
their baby.
Everything is real. Then the next day I'll wake up and be like, yeah, I feel like everything they do is a publicity stunt, because I honestly think that whole thing about them divorcing, I think that was them who. This is my bipolar side speaking, because tomorrow I'd probably be like, oh, you're so wrong, you know? But right now...
Let the bipolar side talk, because I agree with her.
Right now, honestly, I think, like, yeah, I feel like sometimes they're so... But they're smart, because they have a way... I feel like they're really smart, because they actually create their own drama. If you create your own drama, you're like, hey, Jay, want to break up tomorrow on the media? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. That's how they will always be together, because they're punking everybody else, and everyone else is like, oh, they're divorcing, and they're like, look, they think we're divorcing, and then you know. So I feel like everything they do sometimes is a publicity stunt created by them, but then again, it could be real. Yeah.
You know what? I say this, man. Jay-Z said it best in one of his songs. The man said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. And
I love that line.
He stays true to it. I mean, I remember back when a lot of people were accusing him of, you know, the whole Illuminati thing and all this other stuff. So what does this guy do? He takes that and he runs with it, and he creates the video to onto the next one where there's a whole bunch of cryptic messages about Illuminati. So he's obviously feeding into the press. He's going to sell more records. He's not stupid. Yeah. I mean, him aligning himself with Beyonce was the smartest thing he could have done for his career, because now they're a power couple, and they're arguably the biggest power couple in music. And this is not an accident. I mean, Jay-Z is a man who allows access when necessary. You think he's going to let some, you know, elevator footage just leak out in the public on purpose? Yeah. So for Matthew Knowles to say that this is all a sham or this is a publicity stunt, at first I'm saying, okay, you sound like a hater, but then I'm thinking back to it, I'm like, you know what, you may actually have a point. First there's an incident in the elevator, which I had people talking, oh, why should she do that? Does she have anger problems? No, I think he's cheating. So now there's alleged rumors that Jay-Z is now cheating, and Beyonce, you know, during their tour changed up some of the lyrics to her songs, you know, particular songs that relate to their relationship. And then you see at the VMAs when she won the Vanguard Award, and then, you know, Jay-Z and Blue Ivy Carter come and greet her, give a little smooch, whatever, and everything's good. Perfect conclusion. This is WWE wrestling in a handbasket right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. It's drama they've created their own drama. They have control over their drama, which is, if that's true, then I love it.
Exactly. That pretty much puts a cap on, you know, the cheating rumors that are swirling around, and now they're on to their next venture, and now they're probably gonna sell, you know, more tickets of their what's the name of the tour again?
On the Run. I went. It was so good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's what's up. Well, that's my opinion on that.
Beyonce doesn't have that big of an ass. Can I swear?
No. Let's be real about it. It's true. She knows how to move it.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not that big.
I saw it live, and it's not that.
It's shy, you know. Like it's not small, but it's
beautiful. But it's not as big as sometimes it looks like in pictures and stuff.
Yeah, no. Well, see, that's media, right? Because media constructs reality, and they want you to believe that it's that big. You know what I mean? It's like how people want us to believe that Rihanna is that talented, but no. I'm sorry, I had to, people. I'm sorry. I tried. You know, I tried saying to myself, you know, I'm not going to talk about Rihanna on the air for at least 2 weeks, but it slipped. She just makes it so easy. Anyways. That's all I got to say for Trip Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, it's time for the Throwback Thursday track of the day. Yeah, time to get old school with it. Hit me up at cool_radio and give me your suggestions on what you think should be played for, you know, Throwback Thursday. On this one, we're sticking to the R&B side of things, I believe. I can't even remember which song actually, no, that's a lie. I do remember what song I picked out. Last week, as you already know, we had Shatrice come by, and she's one of the co-stars of the new Aaliyah biopic film that will be coming out sometime at the end of this year. And I thought that not only that, but because it was the anniversary of her passing not too long ago, I figured that it's only right that we play a song from Aaliyah. Now, this one that I chose, it's one of my particular favorites because, of course, it's a dope song, but because it's on one of my favorite movies of all time, Romeo Must Die. I love the combination of hip-hop and kung fu. That's just me, ladies and gentlemen. But on that note, I'm about to play this track right now, and just so y'all know, for all y'all youngins out there, in the music video, Jet Li was in that video doing his kung fu stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Try Again, all right? Keep it locked. This is Cool Radio. We'll be right back after these messages. Yep.
It's your man, Chris Godrock.
What's up, my family? It's Maliki and Sweet Senorita.
It's your boy, Dirty German. This is All Mills from the Critics. I just finished my interview at Cool Radio, and I'm just letting you guys know that you guys need to tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. because this place is wild.
Of course! Don't touch that dial.
You miss your disc, you understand? Keep it locked.
Yes, y'all. Welcome back. You're now tuned to CFRE 91.9 FM. It's your man, DM Cool. You're not tuned into Cool Radio. I still got the lovely and talented Taya Marquis in the building.
What up? It's your girl, Taya.
You already know. Now, it's that time of the show that y'all been waiting for, the time where I get to rip into your favorite celebrities that you love to hate. Ladies and gentlemen, I call this Wankster of the Week. Let's drop that.
Say you a wankster, and you need to stop fronting.
Now, this week's Wankster of the Week. Oh, this one's beautiful. The minute I saw this, actually, I think this was last Friday or last Saturday that I caught wind of this. The minute I saw this, I'm like, yo, nothing beyond this point up until Thursday will top this, all right? This was so big that there are two people who are getting the Wankster for this, for their involvement. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wanksters, or the co-Wanksters of the week, go to none other than Floyd Money Mayweather and, ironically enough, 50 Cent. Now, they're getting the Wankster because of the following. And this is a series of events for all you guys that don't know, including Taya, if you don't know as well, too. But it was reported that 50 made a video. I think it was a part of the ALS challenge or something of that sort. But basically, he challenged Floyd Mayweather, and he said that 50 said himself that he would give X amount of money to any charity, if Floyd Mayweather was able to read an entire Harry Potter novel. Now, I didn't know what this necessarily meant, but a lot of people were saying that the man could not read. So there was an audio clip of Floyd Mayweather attempting to read a teleprompter, and he stuttered more than Porky the Pig. I was like, Floyd, no. Now, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm not going to roast the man because he can't read. But because it's Floyd Mayweather, with all the amount of money that he has, as cocky as he is, you know, the cars, clothes, and hoes, you can't buy yourself a tutor. You have endless amounts of property. You have endless amounts of cars and exotic animals walking around your compound, yet you don't have a Hooked on Phonics on deck. You don't have Alex Trebek on you telling you this is not it. You know what? We're going to get to you later on. We're going to get to you later on, all right? Now, the story unfolds here, and basically Floyd challenged 50 and said, I will give an endless amount of money to any charity of my choosing if you can get your son to say that he loves you. I was like, ooh, you are wrong for this. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about that backstory, basically last year, and I gave 50 Cent the Wankster of the Week for this, is that he took his son Marquis off of his will. Off of his will. The amount of money that 50 makes, he took his son off of his will only because of the fact that he's going through issues with his baby mama, all right? And not only that, but earlier this year as well, which I gave him the Wankster for again, he refused to attend his son's high school graduation. So you can see where, you know, the challenge would be in getting his son to say that he loves his father, 50 Cent, the one who took him out of his will and the one who did not attend his high school graduation when other rappers did, actually, ironically enough. Now, this is where the double Wankster comes in. 50, you're wrong for dissing the man not knowing how to read, and Floyd, you're wrong for you know, acknowledging the fact that his own son doesn't love him. That's a little personal, if you know what I mean.
I know.
But on the other side, I have to, you know, split this, you know, not evenly though. I have to give more of the Wankster to Floyd. About 70% of that Wankster goes to Floyd because, you know, you having that endless amount of money and you don't know how to read, bro? Really? There are schools being built in different countries in Africa, and they're a kill to have textbooks and school supplies and what have you. You have an endless amount of wealth of finances, and what you do, you go to the clubs, you grab an Instagram stack, and you make it rain on all these hood rats and hood wolves combined together. And you can't buy yourself maybe 1 hour of classes of how to read and how to pronunciate and how to pronounce your E's and R's. My dude, listen. I've gone to school with plenty of people who are planning to be, teachers and professors. I can get you in contact with one of them if you need something. Instead of hooked on phonics, you need a right hook on phonics, if you know what I mean. And for Floyd's next opponent in the ring, in the square circle, as I like to call it, all they need to do is to write some letters on their boxing glove, and right before they punch them, have Floyd Mayweather read it and then get knocked out right there and then. He won't even see it coming. Shout out to the next boxer who does this, because if you do that, Floyd Mayweather will no longer have a perfect boxing record. He will be, 50-1. I don't know what his record is, but all that person needs to do is write something. Write anything. Hell, it can even be in Arabic. Just write something, have him try to read it, and then boom, he's down for the count. That's all you got to do. So on that note, Floyd Mayweather, you're getting 70% of this wankster, and 50, ironically enough, you're getting this wankster too. So do you guys deserve this co-wankster award? Of course! So let's jot that real quick.
Said you a wankster, and you need to stop fronting.
Taya, what do you think about all of this?
Oh my gosh. Everything is just wrong. wrong. But you know what? I agree with you. Like, really, even for yourself, you don't want to read for yourself. Like, have some pride and have in yourself. Like,
how does he know who's signing his checks?
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, you have to read. Oh my gosh, I can't. If this is true, I'm shocked right now. I have no words.
I'll say this.
With 50 and his son, I mean, that sucks, but
yeah.
it's a very normal, not normal, but it's a personal family problems. Everybody has family
everyone
problems.
Has family issues.
But reading, like, okay, I understand if you don't have the opportunities to read and if you don't have the teachers and blah, 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 like in some countries where they don't have that, and you have all the resources and you're not going to just grab I don't understand.
Dude, you live in America. You live in America, the most privileged country in the world possible. You go to clubs, you have your own
I don't understand.
How do you not know how to read? This guy's at least he's in his late 30s, and I'm so done.
You know what? Hey, he's an amazing boxer, and he does do what he does best. So whatever, just give it to him.
That's no excuse for not knowing how to read. I'm sorry. Like, if you mismanage your money, I can understand that because you have endless amounts and you can't keep track of it. That's when you hire an accountant.
Well, maybe he doesn't need to read. Maybe he can just hire someone to read for him. There you go. Maybe that's what he's been doing. Read this. How much am I getting? Read this check. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm trying to have his back here a little bit. At least somebody needs to. Come on.
You know who needs to have his back? A grammar teacher. A thesaurus. A dictionary.
Yeah, you're bad.
An encyclopedia. Wikipedia. Anything with words. What was that one game? Scrabble.
Oh, geez.
Did he never play Scrabble?
Okay.
Taya, let's get into your music, shall we?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What do you have coming up in the future right now?
Right now, I'm working with...
That was kind of a oxymoron, by the way. I said, what do you have in your future right now? Sorry. What do you have coming up right now? Let's just say that.
Right now,
I pulled a Floyd. Sorry. Go ahead.
Right now, I finished my mixtape Woman, and it has 5 songs on it. Again, songs that have a lot to do with all different kinds of emotions. Lyrically, it's very real and relatable, and then musically, it has some songs with sweet ballads, some songs with dope beat behind it, pop R&B, I'm just thinking. Right now, I'm actually going to be shooting my music video for the single Obsession. I'm right now shooting it with an amazing videographer, and that's coming out September. That's going to be coming out September, and then I'm going to do another video for the second single off the mixtape in October, and then a third single off in November. So that'll be coming up. And I'm right now really just promoting the mixtape Woman hardcore. And then I'm working on new music right now for the album, the epic album, finally. Oh my gosh, it's been a long journey, but love it. So right now I'm working in the studio with a bunch of producers. Ali Cat, I'm working with Dusty, I'm working with songwriter Alexandra Soumalias, I'm working with another songwriter, Leniki. She goes by what's her name? What does she go by? That's My Song.
Okay.
And then another producer, a bunch of people, a bunch of producers and writers, and this is going to be my album. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a good album. Yeah.
As my Africans would say, you are a very busy woman, or you are on a go.
Wow, I love how you do that.
You are on a tour. You get all the boys,
And as my Indian people would say, I know, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
There you go.
Excellent.
A good cultural exchange,
Yeah,
No, tickets and go, Oh, man. Well, Taya, please, where can the people find you, actually?
Okay, so I just actually did my website by myself.
Hey,
independent.
You must not know about
Well,
me.
I had the help of those creating website creators things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's www.taya Taya Marquis Marquis.com, and you can find me. You can find my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff on there, all in one spot.
There we go. All in one spot. Accessibility, people. That's what it's all about. And on that note, Taya, thank you for coming through the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed myself.
My pleasure. And I hope.
And thank you for listening, whoever's listening.
And I hope you enjoyed your first time.
Yes, I did. It was beautiful. It was it's history in the making right now. It's my first interview, hopefully out of many.
Oh yeah.
And any listeners out there, please tweet me and tell me that you listen, because I want to get to know ya.
Absolutely. And as you already know, people, we will have this podcast, so you will get this episode later on during the week. You can hit me up on Twitter personally at DM_cool, and you can hit the show at cool_radio. Either way, you will be updated on the latest and greatest on what's happening with Cool Radio and the whole Cool Click Media and Entertainment Enterprise, if you know what I mean. We do have the YouTube. The YouTube is active. Hit us up on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube at cool_radio. And, of course, like the Facebook page, Cool Radio. That's all I got to say for now, people. Tune in next week, as always. And once again, it is your man, DM Cool. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, and before we go, big shout out to my man, Del Hartley. If you ain't know already, he has an EPL called Symphony. Make sure you tune into that. It's a heavy project. Make sure you download it at delhartley.com, and we will be debuting one of the singles off of that next week.
Yes,
so.
And actually, Del Hartley is working with the producer who produced my mixtape, Woman, Neo Tempest.
There
Shout
you
out
go.
Neo Tempest.
Neo Twizzy in the building.
Amazing producer.
Yes.
Get to know him. And an artist.
Yes,
He's
absolutely.
A dope rapper.
Absolutely. And we played many of the songs on the air before, as usual. And on that note, now it's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, it is your man, GM Cool. And we out of here. Peace.
Cool.